And Sunday stream means stream. There we go. There it is. Sunday stream means panic like 10 minutes before going live, flip-flopping on what I'm going to play for the night. And I decided, let's keep the momentum going. We'll play Phoenix Wright. Let's do some trials. This game is... I gotta finish this game. This game is gonna be done in, like, I think a week's time. I think by next weekend I'll have finished this game. So, that's... It's always exciting to finish games. Especially one that's been such a monkey on my back. And also has been here for a long time. For both the good and the bad. If I'm remembering correctly, I believe what's gonna happen... What's this? Yeah, I believe... I had gotten a message and it made me laugh. I believe what, is happening is that I'm going to be Edgeworth. I'm playing Edgeworth as the defense attorney. Ooh, how exciting. Let's go. Let's go. February 9th, 9:47 a.m. District Court, defendant lobby, number 1. Oh my. Mr. Lorice feels that way about me? Apparently, he isn't aware of your real secret at all. Let me adjust my chair. Alright, perfect. Alright, Okay, so yes. Dahlia has come clean about her past, right? I assume? Alright, yes. I think that was something that was finally yanked out of her at the end of last stream. So it is her. It's not some weird shenanigans where it's like a twin, or she was bonked on the head at some point and forgot her past. Like I was maybe theorizing. No, we're not going that route. Dahlia knows she's Dahlia. This is no time to be embarrassed. I'm sorry. I'm just hardly accustomed to that sort of thing. Worry not. And in any case, whatever it was that he saw on the night of the incident, mark my words, I will drag it out of him. Does that mean Mr. Lorice is the witness today? No. I believe that none will be the first to take the stand. Sister Bikini? She claims to have seen the very instant in which you carried out the crime. I just want to ask you one last time. It really wasn't you who killed Miss Elise Duonim. I gotta start getting used to the fucking name. Duonim, correct? That is correct. It wasn't me. Very well, then. Mr. Edgeworth? Yes? You are a prosecutor, aren't you? Are you sure about this? If your true identity is revealed... If you're trying... Oh, okay. Don't worry. I've made the necessary arrangements. I see. Iris. It is a prosecutor's job to doubt people. But right now, I'm a defense attorney. A defense attorney's job is to believe in people, and to believe until the bitter end. That's what my friend told me once. Okay. Mr. Edgeworth, I simply ask that you watch and decide for yourself whether or not I am fit to do the task I have been entrusted. Very well, sir. I leave my defense in your capable hands. Let's go. February 9th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 7.
Court is now in session for the trial of Sister Iris of Hazakura Temple.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The defense does indeed appear to be ready. However, same cannot be said for the prosecution in this case.
Indeed.
I'm not sure I like such a blatant waste of this court's time. An empty prosecutor's chair can only mean that the prosecutor has no confidence in their ability to prove their case. It would seem this case is already over before it had a chance to begin. I am ready to announce my verdict at this time. This court finds the defendant.
Oh, fucking I called it, dude. She's back. Oh, puffy shoulders. Oh, puffy shoulders. Of course they wouldn't not take the chance to bring her back. We just gotta fucking bring back all the characters, you know? It's a final game. We gotta... Old Bags is gonna be witnessing this trial, I bet. She's in the audience somewhere. The prosecution stands ready.
And you are?
Franziska von Karma, prosecuting prodigy.
Von Karma, you say? Perchance, you wouldn't be of any relation to the legendary prosecutor Manfred von Karma?
Legends are a thing of the past. I am a von Karma, that is all. Upon a special request, I flew in today for the purposes of prosecuting this case.
Oh, you did? Then you must be quite a big shot, eh? By the way, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, Your Honor?
I'm almost certain that I've seen you somewhere before. Or am I just imagining things? You look very much like a prosecutor I met once.
I believe you are imagining things, Your Honor.
Miss Von Karma, do you have anything to say?
Man, Edgeworth called in a favor here to bring her back, though. He's like, we gotta have a prosecutor in here that, won't rat me out. There is no such weakling as this man among those of the prosecutor's office.
There isn't, but I'm sure. Oh God.
I told you, there's no such weakling.
What is that? A whip? I'm not sure I care for such a thing in my courtroom. Bailiff, remove that whip.
I have no objection to the whip.
You don't?
This is silly. Prosecution can wield a whip or drink 17 cups of coffee, but there's still only one truth. That is what I stand here to prove today. This promises to be interesting, Miles Edgeworth. I had expected to face Phoenix Wright here today, but looking at you now, maybe this is what I have been waiting for all this time. Miles Edgeworth, I will not allow this chance to crush you slip through my fingers. That's how it's read. I see you brought your flair for the histrionic.
Allow me to add to the things I'm not sure about. People acting bizarrely in my court. The
stage is set. Now continue with the proceedings, Your Honor.
Very well. Miss Von Karma, please give an outline of this case. Let me turn up audio just slightly. There we go. With as little whipping as possible.
The murder victim is the famed picture book author Miss Elise Duanim. Her body was found in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. She had been stabbed through the torso by a ceremonial sword from a golden statue.
The sword in this picture is the weapon in question, correct? Very well. Court accepts this photo of the crime scene. Crime photo added to the court record.
There is no mistake. This was the doing of Sister Iris. After all, there is a witness to her crime.
Very well. Please bring this witness to the stand.
And so it begins. My first and last trial as a defense attorney. Oh, don't speak so soon. I'll get her the booster step. Witness, state your name and occupation, please.
Hold on here. I'm not sure about being not sure if I care for this at all. Witness, please stand up nice and straight.
If I recall correctly, there are a few milk crates in the defendant's lobby for our back pain-plagued witness.
Bailiff, fetch a crate for this poor lady, please.
Once again, your name and occupation, please.
Little old me? Well, I'm the head nun of Hazakura Temple on Eagle Mountain. My name is Bikini. You got it? Bikini. Nice to meet everyone.
But you don't appear to be wearing a bikini right now.
But oi, 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 oi.
Oh,
Courtroom is the garden of holy judgment. Those with lechery in their hearts should leave this sanctuary at once.
you want me to leave?
No need to get your bikinis in a twist. Let me tell you, I'm a sight to behold in summer. Wahaha. Waha.
In any case, witness, I hear that you saw the crime take place on the night in question.
That's right. I can still hardly believe it myself, to be honest. There's no way dear little Iris could do anything like that.
Let us hear what you have to say then. First, tell us about your own movements that night, eh? Remember, I'm Canadian.
Night of the murder.
That night I was helping an acolyte with her training in the inner temple, but, well, as you can see, my back likes to act up violently. So I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to Hazakura Temple. There's no bath at the inner temple, you see, and I needed a long hot soak. It was after I had finished, just as I was heading back. That's when I saw it.
So it was simply coincidence that you found yourself returned to Hazakura Temple?
Yes, you could say that. If my back hadn't been in so much pain, I would have stayed at the inner temple.
That sounds like a pretty important statement she just made. There's only one problem with this testimony that I can see. And you're not about to fall at the first hurdle, now are you, Miles Edgeworth?
Mr. Edgeworth, please begin your cross-examination. Night of the murder.
Okay. Alright. Let's do it. 5 sentences, right? 3, 4, 5. Like this. Or shaking with anger. Or whatever. I need a reminder of what our evidence things are here. We have pictures. We got pictures. We got swords. We got lots of profiles as well. Plenty of profiles. What is this inner temple?
Well, see, conversing with the spirits is what we train people to do, right?
I'll be the one asking you questions, madam.
In order to do that, a place strong in spiritual power is required. There's a small temple across Dusky Bridge called the Inner Temple. Acolytes must spend an entire night there to undergo intense training.
And how exactly do you help with this process?
It is all quite exacting. Can't be performed without a nun supervising.
Like a tutor, watching to make sure a spoiled child studies. Tutor with a whip in your case. If that is the case, then why did you return to Hazakura Temple, where the murder took place? Violently?
That's right. It's no laughing matter, especially in winter. Can't hold anything heavier than a knife and fork during the cold months. Just being alive is like strict training. Wahaha, waha, waha.
On the night of the murder, was this fabulous back of yours hurting again?
That's right, raging like a bull in a pig pen. I almost fainted once or twice. I just knew that unless I warmed it up, it was going to finally finish me off.
You left Iris to help? With what?
What do you think? The acolyte's training, of course. It was just past 10 p.m., so we were starting to enter into the training exercises proper.
Wasn't it your place to remain with the disciple?
Well, the job is simply to watch over the acolytes so that they don't pass away.
Just to confirm this point again, that night you met Iris in the inner temple, correct?
Yes. She's a gentle, honest girl. She's never once failed to follow my directions.
So you returned to the Hazakura Temple in order to take a bath.
My back is to blame for everything. It's a do or be done in kind of world, after all.
How long were you in the bath for, if you don't mind me asking?
My, what a filthy little rogue you are. I know what's on your mind. You dirty boy. I bet your next question is going to be, where exactly did you wash? Ah, this is why you have to watch the young ones.
What are you going on about it? Gah! Pathetic, Miles Edgeworth. You pervy perv.
Hello, hello. I'm not a perv either, though.
Is there some sort of kick-me sign stuck to the defense's bench?
Anyway, I couldn't afford to be away from my post for too long, you understand, so...
The crime took place in the courtyard, correct?
When you go from my room to the main hall, you have to take a winding hallway from which you can see the courtyard.
That's right. In other words, it was pure coincidence that the witness saw the crime taking place before her eyes. There was no complicated setup in this case.
Huh. Certainly seems to be true.
There's indeed only one problem with this testimony. If I can clearly point out what it is, then I can begin to quantify just how good this witness's memory and observation skills are. So what is going on? One night I was holding an acolyte. Sure. Back likes to act up. So I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to Hazakura Temple. There's no bath at the inner temple. I was trying to see, like, in the background if there was, like, a bath. I don't know what that photo is gonna do. Alright, I'm already, you know, you take a couple days break and then I've already lost, like, the plot here. I bet if I didn't take a couple days of break, like, I would know exactly where to start, but let me think. That night I was helping an acolyte. That's fine. See, my back likes to add up violently. I don't think I have anything evidence-wise that would be about the back. Right? There's not. This was a note from Butts. Hazakura Temple map. Plus, yeah, this picture shows the actual Hazakura Temple where she was heading back anyway, so it wouldn't really matter. Return to Hazakura Temple. Ba-dum, bum, bum. I have no idea. I am so... I don't even know what to, like, try to, like, get a couple guesses in here. I'm so fucking, like... I mean, okay. Gotta get in the mindset. It's not gonna be this statement. That night I was helping an acolyte. Like, that's... whatever. I don't think you can prove that wrong, that her back was acting up. So I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to Hazakura Temple. The inner temple. There's no bath at the inner temple, you see. I needed a long, hot soak. Is it maybe something to do with the testimony? She says rang the lights out bell at 10 and was then in her room until the murder was discovered. So she was not at the inner temple then? Is that? I mean, that's... seems like a bit of a stretch, right? And I want to be this. Be like this. So I left Iris to help the acolyte returned. Alright, you know what? Fuck it. I need a jump start. I'm gonna look up a guide. Let me see. Bum. Oh! I was right. I didn't trust my gut. I was so right. I was hovering on this statement, and it is the testimony. According to this guide. God damn it. I didn't trust my gut. I didn't have to look it up. Alright, that doesn't count. Doesn't count. I didn't have trust my gut to press on it, even though I saved. That's the biggest thing. I saved the game to try something, and I didn't. It just doesn't count. No, doesn't count. I was right. I was right. Witnesses have to undergo their own trials, I'm afraid. The defendant's fate rests on their powers of observation and memory, after all.
Well. Don't worry. I'm more than up to the task. I'm a woman of faith, after all, the head honcho of Hazakura Temple.
In that case, Miss Honcho, I'd like to explain something for me. The discrepancy between your testimony and that of the defendant, Iris. She claims that after ringing the lights out bell, she went back and stayed in her room. Which means she did not go to the inner temple at all. God, I was right. Man, I said the damn thing. Alright, I can't let it just get me mad. No getting mad. A defendant or a witness? Who is more likely to lie, do you suppose? The defendant is simply lying to cover her back. But that is completely illogical. The murder was committed in the courtyard of Hazakura Temple. Claiming that she went to the inner temple would make for a much better alibi.
But that is odd. Whatever the reason, I can't believe that she would lie.
She does indeed have honest eyes.
All people lie. That is my belief.
Why am I the only one being whipped in here? Anyway, neither the witness nor the defendant have any reason to lie. Which means we must call your memory into question.
Dear. You're older than me, and yet you want to play that game, do you?
Well, that isn't exactly what I...
Like, my mind just froze for a while there.
My memory is perfect, crystal clear, especially in winter.
And I suppose it's too early to end this cross-examination, eh? Mr. Edgeworth, if you are going to question the memory of this witness, you will need to show me a more decisive piece of evidence.
Understood, Your Honor. I was naive to think that alone would do the trick.
Then please add your comments about Iris to the testimony. And let us return the cross-examination.
Well, as you can see my backlight. Okay, Iris came to the inner temple. She was dressed exactly as she had been at dinner. So that's the new statement. Iris came to the inner dinner. Are you sure that you're not making a mistake?
You, young man, need to get your estimation of me up from the floor. Iris always wears the same clothes. The smallest thing out of place would have stood out like a sore thumb to me. You're making a mistake, thinking I made a mistake.
An excellent finish there, witness.
Still, I have to wonder. Iris came to the inner temple. She was dressed exactly as she had been at dinner. What does this statement mean? Bum, bum. Does it have to be this picture? Because it's the only thing that shows like a picture of. This is Iris's hood, received before the lights out bell that night. The crime protection removal kids. Or is it gonna be this because she doesn't have her hood on? She gave up her hood. I'm gonna assume it's the hood. I'm gonna assume it's the hood. I'm gonna assume it's the hood. Present hood. Get fucked. Witness, let's get one thing straight. The defendant whom you claim to have met, she was wearing this demon warding hood, correct?
Of course. That is a very important piece of clothing, I'll have you know. Wah ha ha. Wah ha 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 ha. Wait a minute.
Hold it right there. Why do you have that? That's the question of the day, now isn't it, Miss Von Karma? I'll have you know that this hood was given to someone as a gift that night. God, the sexual tension between the two of them is incredibly high. This does it for them. Arguing back and forth as the prosecutor and defense attorney fucking does it for the both of them. Before the lights out bell was rung.
What?
You know where I'm going with this, don't you? If the witness had seen the defendant as she claims, then the iris she saw should have been missing this very hood.
Well.
It's not a bad feeling at all, exposing contradictions like this. Now I understand that happy look on Wright's face every time he does it.
Order in the court, witness Oka!
Sister, this hood, you have spare ones around the temple, don't you?
Spares, well, I do tend to make too many of them.
I see, a stockpile, a surplus of hoods, eh?
Each nun is only given one hood. This should be the only hood that Iris owned.
Then this is quite strange. Wah!
If there was a surplus of hoods, then she could have worn one of those. There's no contradiction here. I'm sorry to break this to you, Miss Von Karma, but you won't get away that easily. Discrepancies such as this will sow seeds in any human heart. The seeds of doubt.
Witness, while I don't wish to call your testimony into doubt, you must give every detail with precision.
I'm not sure I'm comfortable going along with this.
Sister, you shall continue with your testimony. Tell us what you saw after finishing your bath on your way back to the inner temple. Those seeds of doubt are sprouting in the judge's heart. They just need a little more stimulation to bear fruit. Plants. Contradictory stimulation. Flowering. Stamen. Pollen. I don't know. Just plant words.
I finished my bath around 11, and I thought I should return to the inner temple. And as I was walking back, I heard a noise from the courtyard. I took a look, and Iris was, Mystic Elise. And with that sword of all things. Mystic Elise was staying in the corner room, which faces out onto the courtyard. The stabbing I saw must have occurred after she was pushed out of her window.
You saw a truly terrible sight, didn't you? If I was in your place, it would be much more like Miss Von Karma whipping Mr. Edgeworth into... What? Then it would be much like Miss Von Karma whipping Mr. Edgeworth into in court. Wordy. And me, seeing it all from this very chair. Well, something like that.
This judge. His imagination is about as vivid and creative as Detective Gumshoe. I would look the fool if I commented on such foolishness. Anyway, this case is mine, Miles Edgeworth. Calling everyone by their full name. Can't you do something about that habit of yours? Damn. No response. Alright, after the bath. The bath. Alright, another 5 statements. How far is it from your room to the inner temple?
Let me think a moment. About 20 minutes on these stumps of mine. It's about 15 minutes to Dusky Bridge from Hazakura Temple. The inner temple is just beyond the bridge.
Still, you never made it back there that night, did you?
That's right. I was heading along the walkway toward the main hall.
You say you heard a noise?
Thump. Just like that. Thump.
That could only be the sound of the victim falling.
It's very quiet in the temple, you know. You can even hear the snow falling from the branches. Thump. Just like that.
But then, couldn't this noise you heard have been snow falling to the ground?
I never thought of that.
Ho ho! Ho ho! Ho! Oh!
Next one to laugh gets a whipping.
Well, whatever the source of the sound, I looked over at the courtyard and...
Excuse me. Sorry. This is the second time that the witness has testified to seeing the defendant, but some doubt remains in these claims.
Hey, just what does that mean? Just because you're a good-looking young man doesn't give you the right to...
The murderer who stabbed the victim with the sword. Sister Bikini, try to call exactly who it was you saw, as clearly as you can.
Well, you're a handsome young man, so I'll forgive you. Oh, now that you mention it, there was something awfully strange about her. Something that has been bugging me all this time.
Please, don't keep us in suspense.
Her hood.
Her hood?
That's right, it's coming back to me. Iris, she wasn't wearing her hood. I thought something was out of place, but it all makes sense now, doesn't it? After all, she'd given that hood away to someone, right?
Ha. You've dug your own grave, Miles Edgeworth.
What do you say, Mr. Edgeworth? Is this testimony important?
Yes. This may initially appear to put me at a disadvantage, but I can't see any other leads at the moment. Your Honor, I would like these new statements to be added to the testimony. Heh. Miles Edgeworth, if you want to hang yourself, you need only to ask. I'll gladly lend you my whip.
Witness, add that statement to your testimony.
No problem.
Okay, it was, oh, Miss Glaze, I want that sword of all things. Wait, that was... Where did I... Did I already do this then? Let me see. Okay, I did. Just had to make sure. Okay, now that you mentioned Iris didn't have her hood on. You're sure about that?
Yes, after all, we always wear the same clothes. I don't mean because we're poor, you understand. It's our style. Yes, that's it.
There's absolutely no need to explain yourself.
Anyway, she looked different from normal, so I really stuck out.
Like me holding a whippet puppet instead of my whip. What? It's a whippet puppet. I gotta look that up. What is a whippet puppet? Whippet. Nope, I don't know. I looked for like 5 seconds, couldn't immediately get an answer, so I'll never know. At least then it might bite you and not someone else.
Iris didn't have her hood on, I'm sure of it.
Very well. Now, please tell us about the victim, eh?
Iris didn't have her hood on. Is this gonna have to do something with this picture? Is she gonna say, like, oh, she never doesn't have her hood on, but it's like, I don't know. You're sure about that?
Yes, after all, we always wear the same clothes.
Wait, did I press the wrong thing? I think I press the same statement again. I think I did this, yeah. Whoops. The room the victim was staying in overlooked the courtyard, correct?
Which means victim's room was on the 2nd floor.
No, Hazakura Temple is a single-story building, but the mount itself slopes downward, which elevates the main gate side of the temple and the guest room in the back to about the height of a 2-story building.
I see. The victim was staying in one of these elevated rooms, correct?
Yes, I should know. I'm the one who carried her things to her room after all.
I didn't just notice this, but, like, there's a slightly different dynamic because I don't have, like, Edgeworth doesn't have, like, a partner next to him to bounce things off. He's handicapping himself. What makes you so sure of all this?
It's just like I told you earlier. I heard a noise from the courtyard, okay? Thump, just like that.
You're one smart sister, I'll give you that. The autopsy report states that the victim's body was covered in bruises, indicating a fall from around 10 feet in height.
It appears that the witness was not mistaken then.
Yep, I'm more than just a pretty face, especially in winter. I'm a woman of faith after all, head honcho of Hazakura Temple.
There's only 2 of them working there. What's wrong, Miles Edgeworth? No snappy comeback remark? Doesn't feel like she's lying. It's a very powerful testimony, too. She claims to have seen the instant in which the defendant stabbed the victim. There are only 2 things I can believe in right now. My client, Iris, and my own abilities as a defense attorney. Okay, so I'm confused. If we... This was the thing that would get added, but I don't know what I could do. I mean, I could just go for the long shot and just... It's not really a contradiction, but it's the new phrase that got added, and then it's a thing. Yeah, that's not it. Let's just, I'm not even gonna take the hit. I'm not taking hits like that. Not this early. Oh, mystical Eason with that sword of all things. Finish my bath around 11. Thought I should return to the inner temple. Wait, you finished the bath at around 11? I finished my bath around 11, and I thought I should return to the inner temple, but the autopsy report says that she died sometime 10 and 11. Not good enough. Not good enough, the game says. The stabbing I saw must have occurred after she was pushed out of her window. Body fell. Oh, it's this, right? Body fell after the death. But this says stabbing I saw must have occurred after she... I got it. I just had to read. It's fine. Impressive logic. That's what I'd like to say, anyway.
Oh, please do. My brain is something else, especially in winter.
However, I think you are overlooking one thing. Miss Von Karma, would you be so kind as to take another look at the autopsy report?
The autopsy report?
The victim did fall from a height of 10 feet. However, this fall was after she was killed.
That's right. Says after death right here. I can read.
The scene the witness claims to have seen is contradictory. If the defendant stabbed and killed the victim there in the courtyard, how did the victim then go on to take a 10-foot fall? Well, that went quick. For some reason, I don't know what that was. Why did that flash? Like, I didn't hit the X button there. I was like, oh, it's so weird.
Order! Victim was killed and then fell. If that is the case, the victim must have been killed in a room. Don't you agree?
That is the logical conclusion. Yes, that's right. The victim must have been stabbed by the defendant in her own room. And she was then thrown out of her window down into the courtyard below. Were there any signs of a struggle in Miss Dunham's room? She was stabbed with a sword that would leave a bloodstain. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, Miss Von Karma, was there any blood? Oh,
No trace of blood were found in the victim's room.
your whip has just caused trace of blood to be found on my glorious playoff beard. Hockey. Maple syrup, oh god.
I'm sure there's no need for me to go over this, as I'm sure Your Honor is well aware of when a stab wound produces the most blood.
When it produces the most blood.
Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of a blade's insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost on a body, that would be when the blade is removed. Indeed, with the weapon still in place, it acts like a lid on the wound.
That's true. With the weapon still in the body, there wouldn't be much bleeding. A perfectly reasonable line of thinking.
We have come to a conclusion then. The victim was thrown out of the window with the sword still in place. This removes all of the contradictions.
Order, order, order. I must admit that this is a probable version of events.
I would expect no less from Franziska von Karma. She locates and takes control of every vital point.
It seems that we need a clearer testimony from the witness. Remove all supposition on your part and tell us only the facts, please. Witness, please. Remain standing on the crate.
Don't go selling me short now. The weight of winter snow has bent me out of shape, especially my back and my mood.
Sister, please give us your testimony. I will give you a vigorous massage once we are finished here. With the whip?
Oh boy. Alright, alright. Whip massage.
Further details.
When I looked across at the scene, the sword was already in place. Thinking about it now, I didn't actually see her stab Mystic Elise. I've never seen so much blood before. That's when I fainted. You can't blame me, can you? And when I awoke, Mystic Ami, whoever was stabbing Mystic Elise through the back.
Okay. I was just advancing the guide if I needed to check it while playing.
This all confirms Miss Von Karma's theory.
Von Karma strive for nothing but perfection. Putting together such facts is nothing for me. You should know that, Miles Edgeworth. Perfection is an impossibility, Franziska Von Karma. And I'm here to teach you just that. Let's go. Sword was already in place. Thinking about it now, I didn't actually see her stab. I've never seen this much blood. That's when I fainted. Can't blame me, can you? I woke Mystic Amy stabbing Mystic Elise through the back. Okay, just wanted to make sure. Make sure of something. At that time, was the victim bleeding?
Well, I was very shocked to be seeing all this, of course. So I'm not entirely sure. But I don't think I saw any blood. Not then.
I'm sure that you didn't. The weapon was acting as a plug in the wound. In any case, let's be clear on one very important point. Did you actually see the instant in which the victim was stabbed? Think carefully. This is very important.
It's Iris we're talking about here. I'm thinking for all I'm worth. No, when I looked over, the sword was already in Mystic Elise's body.
It might not be conclusive, but this testimony supports her theory. The victim was stabbed in her room and then dropped into the courtyard. I think this proves it rather well, Miles Edgeworth. So you're saying that you saw the victim's blood?
That's right. Some of it had splattered onto Iris, too.
When the defendant was arrested, she was meditating in her room, and her blood-flecked clothing was neatly folded in the corner. What? Her clothes were blood-flecked as well?
Huh. Seems quite conclusive to me.
What should I do? Press this point further? Hell yeah. Going back to your previous statement. You said that you saw a little bleeding when the victim was stabbed. But now, you say you saw the victim bleeding?
Well, I say that what I saw is what I saw.
What did you see?
Maybe I didn't see the poor woman get stabbed, but I saw the girl pull the sword out of her, plain as day.
Pulling the sword out?
Well, it wasn't exactly pulling. It was more like it came out.
Witness, you add a statement to your testimony.
Oh, was that important?
More important than you can imagine. Saw the instant which the blade plunged into the hilt was smoothly drawn out. Smoothly, you say? You're saying you saw the sword smoothly slide out?
That's right. The whole thing happened right next to the gold statue of Mystic Amy.
I don't understand. So the sword can come out of the hands and then placed back in there and then... The thing is, based on this image, that sword is not going to smoothly come out because of the way it's like built, you know? It's like, it has prongs and shit. You can stab that through like it's that, like that. It's, I don't know.
Mystic Elise was on the ground and Iris was stooped over her. Sword was buried up to the hilt. When Iris stood up, the sword in her hand just slid out of Mystic Elise's body. It slid out from that gaping wound. Ah!
Goes without saying, the sword was removed there would be bleeding.
Nothing out of place here. Is that really the case? Can't help but feel that something about this testimony is very out of place. That something which couldn't possibly have happened appears to have happened. Am I just gonna go for it? What would I pick though? Would I just pick the sword because of how it's like built? I'm going for the early Hail Mary. Yeah, baby! Sister Bikini, you're a reliable witness. At least I'd like to think so. There are too many contradictions here.
Oh, what do you mean? You make it sound as though I'm a liar. But you're a handsome young man, so I'll forgive you.
What contradictions are you talking about? In the scene that the witness claims to have seen, the weapon was thrust up to its hilt into the victim. Furthermore, killer withdrew the weapon smoothly from the body. However, both of these are complete impossibilities.
What do you mean? Please explain your... Oh!
Explain yourself. To start with, do you think it would be possible to stab someone to the hilt with this? No matter how I look at the defendant, she doesn't appear strong enough for that. Doesn't appear? What meaningless dribble. I, too, may appear to be weak and frail, but I can crush men under my heel and make them weep, should I so choose.
The objection stands. I wept a little back there, I must admit.
That isn't the only issue here. If this sword was truly stabbed into the body up to the hilt, well, just look at all the branches on it. Certainly wouldn't come out smoothly.
That's...
We also have the problem of the amount of bleeding. It's true that when a blade is left in the body, it acts as a plug of sorts. However, when the weapon is shaped like this, it's an entirely different story. The wound would be too large for the blade to completely stop the bleeding. That's nothing more than a conjecture. In reality, the victim was stabbed with the Shitty Shido. Why do I smell... Why does my apartment all of a sudden smell like garlic bread? Is this is this one of the signs that you're having a stroke? You smell garlic bread? It's either I'm having a stroke or there's like an apartment next to me or like below me is like on fire and burning down, like because of some garlic bread stuck in the oven for 5 hours. Yeah, I might just be going crazy. That's also a possibility. Even a weapon of this nature, oh, it's Von Karma, may still sometimes slide out smoothly and may still sometimes stop the blood loss. I read the name Von Karma twice, and then in my head was like Edgeworth. Like I translated it to Edgeworth for some reason. I'm not finished. There's still one more conclusive contradiction.
You've still got more.
This one is simple. If the sword really was thrust in all the way to the hilt, why is there only blood on the tip of it? If this witness is telling the truth, then there should be blood along the entire length of the sword.
No. Order! Order! Oh, God!
Bravo, Miles Edgeworth. Raising this many contradictions from a single piece of evidence. All the other attorneys I know could maybe manage one, if that.
But what does this all mean? You have proven contradictions regarding the murder weapon, but...
Having come this far, there can only be one answer. And that is... the weapon used to kill the victim was not the Shichishido.
What?
A foolishly foolish idea born from the foolish mind of a foolhardy, foolish fool. Let's examine this again. What was it that made us think this sword was the murder weapon?
Well, it's because Mystic Amy was holding it.
Exactly. However, if you reflect on this, that is the only basis we have to assume such a thing. The impression left by the scene was just too strong. That is what influenced us. It influenced us to believe that the Shichishido was the murder weapon.
Order! Order!
So maybe the Shichishido was not the murder weapon. Even if that is the case, it changes nothing, Miles Edgeworth. The sister here saw everything. She saw the defendant stab the victim with a sword-like object.
That's true. Your response, Mr. Edgeworth?
If that is so, I would like the prosecution to answer the obvious question it raises.
The obvious question?
Yes, namely, where did the real murder weapon disappear to? Goes without saying that the police searched the main hall and the surrounding area. Perhaps the prosecution can enlighten us as to if a sword-like object was found.
That's... Answer the question, Miss Von Karma.
No evidence of that kind was found.
Another mystery to throw onto the pile. A trial without a murder weapon is a tricky beast.
Excuse me, could I say something? I just remembered something, actually.
What is it, sister?
I was just thinking, it's possible that just maybe what actually happened was, it was just over there.
What exactly are you going on about here?
The murder weapon, I mean. Maybe. I think I might know where the sword was disposed of.
You what? Well then. I think we need to hear testimony from you one more time, sister. Impossible. What else? What else could this old woman have seen? Location of the weapon.
I saw the murder at around 11 p.m., and after asking that it be reported, I went out to the main gate. And there I saw tracks. Tracks that indicated the snowmobile had been used. Takes 15 minutes to walk to Dusky Bridge, but less than 5 using one of those. Maybe they threw the weapon into Eagle River and came back while I was knocked out. Iris could have done that. She can drive a snowmobile after all. Wicked.
Witness, please tell us everything you know right away next time.
Well, I'm not in the best of shape, what with my back and my age, you know.
Quite. There were indeed snowmobile tracks in front of the main gate. Here is a photograph. Look at this photograph.
A snowmobile, eh? I see. Well, it certainly is an interesting theory.
The tracks begin in front of Hazakura Temple and run all the way to Dusky Bridge. Tracks flow out to the corridor and taking a night from main gate. That solves your pesky little problem, yes. Eagle River's current is quite swift, meaning that it doesn't freeze over in winter, making it the perfect place to dispose of the murder weapon. Did you really go to the river to dispose of the murder weapon?
Mr. Edgeworth, your cross-examination, please.
Alright. Location of the weapon. So what's the new thing I got here? Is there any... And that the gate. Where's the gate on the map? Is the picture from main gate to Dusky Bridge? Okay, weird. Weird. You are sure about the time?
Yes, I was worried about it after all,
Why was that?
because I have a strong sense of responsibility, especially at this time of year. The acolyte was being doused in freezing water at the time. Couldn't very well take it easy in the bath all night now, could I? So at 11, I decided to leave Hazakura Temple.
Her estimation of the time seems reliable, at least. Please continue, sister. You asked Phoenix Wright to report the crime, correct?
Right, the one who trampled me.
Seems she's the type to hold a grudge.
There isn't a phone in the main hall, so I sent him to the bridge.
Phoenix Wright. He didn't even have his cell phone on him. He had forgotten it at home, apparently. What a naive boy, as always. Not only do I always carry my phone, but I always have my whip in hand, too. Whip, whip, whip.
Anyway, I was really scared. It was taking him a while to get back, so I thought I'd go out by the main gate for a spell.
As I recall, there was a snowmobile outside the main gate when I visited.
That's it. That's the only one we have. It'll run no matter how much snow falls.
Now, you're certain the snowmobile was there at the main gate when you arrived?
Yes, of course. It was parked in front of the gate.
So, she had already gone, discarded the murder weapon, and returned by that time. Not sure if this is really relevant. What should I do? Press ruler. I need answers to every possible doubt. The snowmobile in question, was it still warm at that time?
Huh? What do you mean? What do you mean?
What do you mean, eh?
What do you mean, Miles Edgeworth? Playing to a slow crowd here. It goes without saying that using a snowmobile will heat its engine. If it was still warm, then it means it was recently used.
Ah, I see. I never thought of that.
Huh, that's right. I overlooked that too.
Of course you did. Then answer the question, please, witness.
I don't often go around touching hot engines. However, now that you mention it, there wasn't any snow on it.
Snow?
Yes, for some reason only the snowmobile wasn't covered in snow.
There wasn't any snow on it? Curses.
It seems highly likely that the killer did use a snowmobile then, eh?
How long does it take to get to Dusky Bridge by snowmobile? In that case, why didn't you use it yourself? Could have spared yourself some walking.
Ah, there's a reason for that. Have we got a moment for me to explain?
I asked why the question was asked in the first place.
It was about a month ago. I was driving my beloved little snowmobile, happy as can be. I'd fetched some water and was heading back when I went and crashed into a tree. The tree and my back both went crunch. Just like that. Crunch.
Crunch.
I haven't been able to find the courage to ride anything since then. Anyway, Killer must have used it.
Refresh our memory. How long were you knocked out for?
Like I said, somewhere between 10 to 20 minutes.
It's possible to get to the bridge and back in 10 minutes using the snowmobile. I have to concede that is more than enough time. Is that all you wish to concede, Miles Edgeworth? While it would have been possible time-wise, one element remains out of place here.
Oh, and what would this mystery element be?
Killer's reasoning, Your Honor. Why did the killer do all this? Why go to the Eel River to dispose of the murder weapon when there are other methods?
Too many unanswered questions. Your response, Miss Von Karma? Wah!
Turning to me for help over the slightest thing. Why don't you think for yourself once in a while, Your Honor? She's as over the top as always. Anyway, whatever the reason, the fact remains that the defendant could have done this. The murder weapon was disposed of in the river. Another point to me, Miles Edgeworth.
Another mystery to feed the fire.
Was there any reason to go and throw away the murder weapon? Luckily, there surely is a problem. There's surely a problem with this testimony. Now all I have to do is start poking holes in this flawed account. Wait out to the main gate, and there I saw tracks that indicated the snowmobile had been used. Takes 15 minutes to walk to Dusky Ridge with less than 5 using one of those. Why do I keep thinking it's like, just based on this picture, it's some kind of contradiction, meaning like it seems like one-way tracks, you know? Like she wouldn't... And we just got the photo too. Reported I went out to the main gate. I mean, I can save and try it. I can try it. Try. No. 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 Snowmobile had been used. And after asking that it be reported, I went to the main gate. Bum. Doo-doo. It's not gonna be any of this shit. Hanging scroll. Bell, night of the crime, protect mule. Is this something for this because lightning struck the bridge at 10:45? was in her room until the murder was discovered. For a second, I had to check, like, if her profile said, unable to ride snowmobile for whatever reason. God. I've got, like, this whole layout of this whole area has me fucking confused. I'm, like, I don't think it's my fault necessarily. I just think this game has done a bad job of, like, going over, like, I mean, take out the Heavenly Hall because that was just added because of, like, butts. But, like, the temple, where people are, where the main gate is. I assume the gate is to Hazakura Temple, but I'm not even 100%, I can't 100% sure say that. Then there's the inner temple, then there's a stupid bridge. And then it's like, where the fuck were people? We have Iris claiming she was at her place, but where is her room? Is it closer to the inner temple, or is it closer to the Hazakura Temple? Like, where the fuck was Iris if she says she was in her room? It's just like... That's my one little gripe so far of this case. Is just like, I feel as if I'm suffering, like, whiplash from, like, where everyone says they were, and then where everyone says other people were at, and then where all the locations are, and keeping them all straight. Because it's just like... Because I'm hoping that that's not, like, an answer to this, but also, like, I don't know for sure because I can't keep it all straight. Alright, I saw the murder at around 11. I don't think that can be contradicted. After asking that it be reported, I went out to the main gate, so she goes out. And there I saw tracks that indicated the snowmobile had been used. We did just get this photo, which makes me think we would use it for something. I can't tell if the one-way tracks mean anything. Came back while I was knocked out. I don't know. I have to look it up. I can't. Shit, it is the tracks to something. Am I right? Is this another case where I'm correct? Let me see. Is it that because then if that's true, then that's twice I've looked at the guide and just didn't trust myself. For shame. Honestly, for shame, Austin. I admit this photograph proves something. It proves that the snowmobiles was used on the night of the murder. You finally accepted the inevitable, it seems, Miles Edgeworth. However, if what the witness says is true, then why is there only one set... Fuck, dude! I said that! I'm so pissed. I'm so pissed. I'm not even mad at the game, I'm just mad at myself. I give in too easily. If what the witness says is true, then why is there only one set of tracks? What do you mean? Iris left Hazakura Temple, threw the weapon into the river, and then returned. If this was the case, then naturally there should be two sets of tracks in the snow. Those from heading out to the bridge, and those from coming back.
You're right.
You are forgetting one thing, Miles Edgeworth. On the night of the murder, it was snowing. Tracks leading to the bridge were erased by the snowfall. This removes your precious contradiction now, doesn't it?
I see. While she was at the river, the snow stopped, leaving just the return tracks in the snow.
What do you have to say now, Miles Edgeworth? Is there a flaw in her theory? This idea that the snowfall covered one set of tracks. Alright, is this a little on the weather? Snow, 7 to approximately 10:50 p.m. God, the time, too, is all just fucking... Fuck it. I don't know how to do the math for the time, so I'm just gonna say yes. And then show the weather report. The tracks to the river were covered by snow. What a nice theory. However, Miss Von Karma, that is impossible. Would you care to explain why there is a rude index finger currently pointed in my general direction? No need. The evidence will do all the talking for me.
On the night of the murder, the killer went to and returned from Dusky Bridge in order to dispose of the murder weapon. Outgoing tracks were erased by snow. Or so claims Miss Von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth, present your evidence to the contrary, eh? Evidence that the outgoing tracks were not covered by snow.
I mean, the only other things would be... were not covered by snow. Witness? Please tell us again what time it was when you witnessed the crime.
Like I said, it was around 11.
I messed that voice up. Of course, this means that the weapon was thrown away after that time, correct? On that note, please take a look at this data. It is the weather report for Eagle Mountain on the night of the murder.
The weather report?
Snow started to fall at 7 p.m., but it stopped at around 10:50. Therefore, when the sister witnessed the crime at 11 p.m., the snow had already stopped falling. It is impossible for any tracks made after that time to have been covered up. Weather!
Order! Order! Very well then. Looks like Miss Von Karma's claim has been snowed in. Whoa.
It's too soon to be closing this trial due to snow. Miles Edgeworth, how pathetic of you to rely on the weather of all things. Answer me this then. When is a weather report ever correct?
No. No, you've got it all wrong. This isn't a forecast. This is actual data. Agah!
Forecast data, all weather reports have some inaccuracies. May have still been snowing in the vicinity well past 11 p.m.
It's true. You cannot be totally sure, eh?
What? How did she pull that off?
It had stopped snowing at Hazakura Temple when the murder took place. You need to provide conclusive evidence of this.
I've come this far. There's no turning back now. Very well. I, too, cannot allow any doubt to remain concerning this testimony. Huh. You can't back down, can you? Such a perfectionist, Miles Edgeworth.
Very well then, Mr. Edgeworth. Where's your evidence that it already stopped snowing when the victim was killed?
Alright, I assume it's gonna be another picture, right? So it's not gonna be that. It's not gonna be that photo. It's not gonna be the map. So just proof that it was... I'd assume it has to be this photo, right? Because there's like footprints. I mean, it's such a vague... I don't know, dude. Bruh. Big bruh moment. I mean... I think this is the only thing that could possibly be. It's like the only piece of evidence that would have any relation to it that we could use. Ultimately, it all comes down to one point. That being, whether or not it was snowing in that courtyard when the victim was stabbed. That's right, but proving that is incredibly easy. If we want to know whether it was snowing or not, this photo will tell us everything. Of course, I'm referring to the photo of the crime scene. As you can see, everything is covered with snow. Just one exception. And that is the victim herself, Miss Elise Duonim. Why is there no snow on top of her? The answer is simple. It had stopped snowing when she was killed. That's why. In other words, if the killer really did go to the Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon, then in this photograph, there should be 2 sets of tracks. Ah!
Order! Order! Just where are you going? Ha!
Just what are you suggesting, Miles Edgeworth? To be honest, I'm not entirely sure myself, but this is simply what all the facts point to. That night, someone used a snowmobile to leave Hazakura Temple. Yes, I need this diagram to help my stupid brain. From the tracks left, it can be understood that they were heading for Dusky Bridge. At that time, it was still snowing. Of course it was, because those tracks were erased by the snow. Then, when this person returned to Hazakura Temple, the snow had stopped. Thus, the return tracks remained.
Can I say something? This all sounds a bit fishy to me.
What does, sister?
There is only one key for the snowmobile.
Furthermore, on the night in question, we know that the defendant had it. The key was found in a room after the murder.
Which can only mean that night, Iris used the snowmobile to go to the inner temple.
But Iris said that she never went there. I should probably press on this point some more when I get the chance.
The snowmobile can't cross the suspension bridge, so she must have left it on the Hazakura side of the bridge and crossed on foot.
That sounds right.
But wasn't the bridge on fire at this point? I mean, the bridge was on fire, right? Am I going insane about that?
That sounds right.
But what's odd is, when I left Iris to return to Hazakura Temple, I didn't see anything near Dusky Bridge.
You must have just failed to see it, sister.
Maybe, but when I made it back to Hazakura Temple,
Okay, maybe the bridge wasn't on fire at that point.
it was there by the main gate. The snowmobile, I mean. I know what I saw. It was covered in snow, too.
But that isn't possible.
Order! Order! We're in the court. What does this all mean?
So then what was the snowmobile used for? It wasn't taken by the defendant when she went to the inner temple. If it had been, then the witness couldn't possibly have seen it by the gate. Furthermore, it wasn't used by the killer to dispose of the murder weapon. If that was the case, there would be 2 sets of tracks in this photo. All we know is this. After it stopped snowing, someone used a snowmobile to return to Hazakura Temple. I never thought a simple snowmobile could cause so much trouble.
I think we've learned all we can from this witness.
Yes, I've nothing more to add. Told you everything that I know.
But then, that still leaves us with the same problem. If only there was someone, witness who could testify to having seen the snowmobile.
A witness, huh?
Was there no one out walking, perhaps, near Dusky Bridge on that night? Maybe old bags?
I don't think that's likely. It was cold enough to freeze your ears off. Only an idiot would go out wandering in that. unless they had something really important to do.
Huh, that's a shame.
Hold on. Something is coming to me. An idiot may have well gone wandering out on that subarctic night. Your Honor, I've got an idiot. I know of an idiot. Actually, there just might be one individual who may be of help to us.
Really?
You know of someone who might have seen the snowmobile on the night of the murder? I don't know for sure if he saw it or not, but there are two things about him that do come to mind.
Which are?
First, that he saw something incredible on the night of the murder. And the second being, this individual that I'm thinking of went wandering outside on that cold night. In other words, he is our kind of idiot.
Mr. Edgeworth, who is this idiot you're talking about? This guy must be a product of Jean-Luc de la Duc's Guide to Obnoxious French Painting.
This is Larry Butts, a disciple of the victim, Elise Duanin.
Her student? Interesting. And why was he wandering about outside on the night of the murder?
That's... Could tell him all about his designs for Iris, but it may cost us his credibility as a witness before I even call him. He is, after all, an artist. He was, perhaps, searching for something in the snowy scenery that would move him, although I cannot guarantee that this is the reason. And so, this unfortunate, unreliable-looking man, what exactly was it that he saw? I intend to extract that from him, right here in this courtroom.
Summon this youth as a witness immediately.
I have no choice, do I? I believe he is in the gallery for this trial. It will not take long to summon him.
Very well.
Larry, you may have escaped me yesterday, but today I'm going to get everything out of you. You fucking village idiot.
Court will now adjourn for a 20-minute break. Miss Von Karma, please see to preparing the next witness.
Understood, Your Honor.
Good. Well then, court is now in recess. Bang.
To be continued. I think we gotta keep going. I don't think I can break it now. We have progress to make. So another bit to the trial. Yep. Alright, let me take just the quickest bathroom and water break. I'll be right back in like 2 minutes. Alright, we get to bring Larry Butts. Larry Butts to the stands. Do I have to do anything else? No. Okay, cool. Let's go. I already saved, yeah? Yeah. Oh well. Save again just to be safe.
Huh. Larry Butts.
I'd rather do Larry's voice than the old lady. That's how I look at it. February 9th, 11:15 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1.
Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth? Not really sure what to say.
Iris, we only have 20 minutes. There are 2 things which I need to ask you before we reconvene.
Alright, I'll help you any way I can.
My brain broke when I read that. First, about that night. You really didn't go to the inner temple, correct? Last witness claims to have met and talked with you in the training hall. Either you or Sister Bikini is lying.
Mr. Edgeworth, it is just as I said yesterday. Until the incident occurred, I was in my own room in Hazakura Temple.
Very well. Second thing then. That night, the temple snowmobile was used in between the time Sister Bikini returned to the main hall and when she bore witness to the murder. Sometime between 10:30 and 11 p.m. that night. Were you the one who used the snowmobile?
There is only one key for the snowmobile. The only person who could have used it was me.
So it was you. But why? What made you go out of the Dusky Bridge?
I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth.
What? Huh? Iris.
I can't tell you about that yet.
Yet?
Not until her safety is confirmed.
Her?
The safety of the Acolyte.
The Acolyte, huh? She must be talking about Maya. Thanks for your help, Iris. Iris, look me in the eye and tell me the truth. Did you kill Elise Duonim?
No matter who or what may come, I could never take a life.
But I mean, what? I mean, you. I mean, her past. As I thought, no psycholocks. Psycholocks, I forgot about that. I forgot he called them psycholocks. Very well. It is my job to get to the truth. You'll discover this for yourself soon enough. February 9th, 11:36 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 7.
Court will now reconvene.
Is that the word that it... Why every time do I see the word reconvene, it breaks me? It looks wrong. What am I seeing? Let me see. I'm looking at the delay. Oh, I missed it. Fuck. I looked away the second it popped on the screen. God damn it. Shit.
Miss Von Karma, where's the witness?
During the break, a young man was detained for suspicious behavior in the gallery.
Suspicious behavior?
He was sketching something very intensely.
Dare I ask what the witness was sketching when he was detained?
He drew a terrifying woman, armed with a demonic face and a vicious whip.
I can only presume that is all.
Anyway, it's time to drag this pathetic excuse for an artist before the court. Larice Duonim, I hope you're ready. Get in here.
It would seem that whip is going to see plenty more use today.
Ouch.
Your sketch is in contempt of this court.
Hey, I was just artistically. Ouch.
You tried to run away from the bailiff who was trying to hand you your subpoena, correct?
Look, I'm nothing but a fledgling artist training out in the mountains. I'm only down here in the city because I ran out of green paint. Well, to use a technical term for the color, viridian.
Larry, this isn't an art store now, is it?
I know. Graduate junior high, okay? Look, art is all about working in the fields, isn't it? Working in the fields?
Presume he wanted to say field work. I hope.
That's it. Thanks, buddy.
It's kind of sad that I was able to understand his mangled train wreck of a sentence.
I just happened to stop in here and found a wonderful new model. So see, I got nothing to do with this trial at all. I expect all your faces to be red when you realize this mistake. Bright red. Or, to use a technical term, Crimson Lake. Ow, ouch. Ow, ouch, 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 ouch.
Stop your pathetic blabbling and testify like a man.
Refrain from whipping me, Miss Von Karma. Cross-whipping is as bad as cross-checking. Hockey. Witness, that was all your fault. Testify now. Wah, this is too much for me.
Alright, here we go. What I saw.
I was at that lodge out in the mountains, looking up at the stars at night. I walked to the bridge a number of times, but I didn't see a snowmobile. Didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either. The girl I was waiting for didn't show up. My teacher died on me. I'm all alone now. Aren't I edgy? Witness, please refrain from talking directly to the lawyers during your testimony. I'm just a nobody. Nothing but a small, worthless man, aren't I? And why wasn't I asked for my name and occupation, or anything else? Mr. Edgeworth, this man seems to have quite a severe inferiority complex.
He's recently been the cause of numerous incidents. I think he's finally realized for himself just how much of a nuisance he has been to other people.
Yeah, that's right. I'm behind everything. Every case. Watch out, okay? Just touching me will make you eternally unhappy. Well then, let's proceed with the cross-examination. With no touching, thank you. You can delve into other details at a later time.
Four. Oh shit. I didn't. Oh, I thought there was more than 4. It seems that he's going to claim to have nothing to do with this to the end. Don't want this guy to cost us any more time. You just slice through his obvious contradictions and keep things moving along. At the lodge out in the mountains, looking up at the stars at night. Walked to the bridge a number of times, but I didn't see a snowmobile. Didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either. Alright, let's go.
Whatever is the matter, Mr. Edgeworth?
This one single statement is so full of contradictions. For a moment there, I thought I was going to collapse.
Huh?
So, witness, any idea as to where these contradictions in your testimony lie? Depending on your answer, I may stay my whip.
Okay, give me a minute. Well, it was snowing that night, so I couldn't possibly have seen the stars. That rundown shack is hardly a lodge, is it? Even if the stars could be seen, it isn't like I was there to look at them, right?
It's just the face. See? You can do it if you try.
Ow! Ouch!
There's only one issue here. What you saw at Dusky Bridge. A number of times? How many?
Maybe 5 times. I went once every 20 minutes.
Which means you spent almost 2 hours at Heavenly Hall that night.
You bet. Real love is about waiting with your heart in your hands. Love, you say?
It was this man's intention to summon the defendant to the small shack, using this blackmail letter.
Blackmail? No, that was simply a product of overflowing,
You huffy, puffy, loosey-goosey excuse for a whimpering, whining wuss of a witness.
So, what'd you see? Hope for your sake you saw a snowmobile. You huffy, puffy, loosey-goosey excuse for a whimpering, whining wuss of a witness, eh? Well, you see,
being called those names doesn't seem to bother him at all. He's a cock. Why do I feel like Edgeworth would just insultingly call Larry? Just like randomly throw it out there. And then the judge is like, what the fuck? Larry, you really didn't see it?
Hey, no need to hit your desk. I can hear you. I didn't see it. I didn't see a snowmobile.
Larry, say snowmobile for me, please.
Snowmobile?
If you truly have nothing to hide, then why are you stammering like you just flew over a cuckoo's nest?
Shut up. What is this? I don't know. Don't ask me.
Seems I'll need to start from a more obvious contradiction. Going to strike the blow that will finally get him to spill the beans. You didn't meet anyone?
That's right, because I got nothing to do with this. And I'm just here to buy some Viridian paint, okay? Come on, I expect to see those Crimson Lake faces, now! It would appear that simply pressing him isn't going to be enough, Mr. Edgeworth.
Indeed. Okay. Walked to the bridge a number of times, but I didn't see a snowmobile. Didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either.
I didn't see.
I mean, I don't know. Is it as simple as just doing the note? I don't think that's right. The music didn't stop. I'm going to assume. I didn't see a snowmobile. Damn it. The fuck? Damn it. Why is it always like the first cross-examination? I always feel like I'm just fucking lost. And then I get like on a roll. I walked to the bridge a number of times. I gotta look it up. Fuck it. Fuck it. Like I said, I don't care to struggle anymore. I just don't care. Oh, great. Oh, great. The guide I'm looking at says, the first thing it says is, this is a very easy one. Wait. Oh, no. It says to go to the profiles? I apparently have to Phoenix Wright because he saw Phoenix Wright fall into the river. Damn it. I didn't think to go to the profiles. This is very upsetting to me. I hate it. Larry Butts, I can understand why you might want to throw your old life away. You're pretty pathetic. You cause all sorts of trouble.
I'm sorry.
But, having realized just how much of a nuisance you have been, that could be considered a step in the right direction.
Edgy, are you trying to console me? Certainly doesn't sound that way to me.
However, dude, it would have taken me forever to try to flip over to the profiles and think to go to that thing. Because you'd have to remember, like, I vaguely, now reading that, like, I remember he obviously saw Phoenix fall at the bridge. But, like, my head was not in that direction at all. So, you know what? Ultimately, glad I looked that answer up. Compared to the other ones that I technically already knew the answer to, but I looked up because I wasn't confident. This, yeah, fuck it. I don't care anymore. We're in the final episode. No regrets. No struggling. We go. I cannot forgive you for simply turning away from the incidents you create.
What? You're totally pinning this on me?
Now then, let us talk about the night of the murder. Sister Bikini, after seeing the murder take place, asked Phoenix Wright to report it. Thus, he headed for the public phone by the bridge. There, he happened across a certain nefarious individual. You, Larry Butts.
That's right, me, in the flesh. Listen carefully, witness. Doesn't matter if you change your name. As long as you remain pretty pathetic, you'll continue to cause these incidents. That reality will not change. But, what do you want me to do then?
Larry, what you need to change is your inner self. But for now, what you saw that night, testifying truthfully about this one issue is all I need from you.
Edgy, I think I've finally woken up. Well, guess I could still be sleeping. But anyway, I'll do it. I'll testify. Well, I'm not sure this will go especially well. I'll ask again then, witness. What did you see on the night of the murder?
Wait, he's just completely redoing his testimony. God damn it.
I went to the shack at around 9, so it would have been about 10:30 p.m. I was lying under my bedding when a white flash almost blinded me.
Just picture.
I looked out the window and Dusty Bridge was on fire. There was still some thunder, but I went right away to check it out. That's when I ran to Nick. You certainly saw quite a lot, didn't you?
So, what happened to the bridge after it caught on fire?
It was like me after a 3-day stint chasing a girl. Totally burnt out. Like, almost totally gone. I mean, trying to cross the burning remains was what caused Nick to fall.
What did you say? Oh, don't worry. It's nothing life-threatening. You just caught a cold. I never know with that man if he could be called lucky or unlucky.
Now, Mr. Edgeworth, please commence your cross-examination.
Alright, so yes, he literally just got to retry his testimony because he's a fucking idiot. What a dum-dum. Alright, we're gonna get this one. I won't have to look this one up. This is gonna be great. 5 statements. What did you do out there in the cold for an hour and a half?
Well, if you really must know, I was busy being excited, I guess.
And jerking it.
Excited? Dare I even ask? I set the meeting time at 10 p.m., right? As 10 p.m., but I couldn't wait. I thought she might come early, too.
Well, it appears she didn't come at all in the end. Phrasing. Because they never arranged to meet in the first place, did they?
Shut up! Don't go picking my fond memories apart. Anyway, I was getting a little worried. Thought maybe Iris had lost her way. So every 20 minutes or so, I went out to the bridge. But I didn't see anything particularly suspicious. I didn't have anything else to do, so I went back to the shack to wait for her.
This light was, of course,
Lightning. Like, kapow.
ka-chow.
Fucking cars. Like a slap from Naomi, honestly. A big bada boom. Ah!
Or a little like that.
That's more like a punch from Miranda. Witness, you actually see the lightning hit the bridge? Well, I was a bit startled by the flash of light, so...
Seeing that, what did you do?
What do you think? I was burning up as well, from the fire in my heart.
And that's why you went to take a look at the bridge?
Well, to be honest, It was freezing cold, so at first I thought, forget it, I'm not leaving my covers. But it had pretty much stopped snowing, so I don't know, changed my mind. I'm not sure I care for the forget it attitude you had at first, witness.
You said right away. But exactly how long after the strike was that?
The lightning fell, and then the bridge caught on fire. Maybe around 5 minutes. I suddenly thought, gotta go check this out.
How far is the small shack you were in from the bridge?
Hold on. Well, it pretty much stopped snowing. Guess about a 5-minute walk.
And how did Dusky Bridge look when you got there?
Like I had recovered a piece from... like I had recovered a piece of my childhood.
Why is that? It's getting late at night. I'm like,
I mean, not even the bonfires kids make during school camping trips can compare.
well, should I press him for a little more info? Why didn't you call anyone? Larry, let me ask you one thing.
What is it, Edgy? What's with the serious face?
Why didn't you call anyone?
Huh? What do you mean?
Normally, when faced with a towering inferno, one would try and tell someone. There's a public phone right by Dusky Bridge, correct?
Well, of course I thought of doing that. So then, let's hear why you didn't. Huh? Yeah, okay, a reason. My reason isn't that I didn't try to tell anyone, I just didn't have time to, okay?
Do I need to press for the other question? Might as well try. So you suddenly thought to check out the bridge? Does this mean that you initially had no intention of doing so?
Well, yeah, I guess it does. It was really cold. Didn't really want to go out there.
If that's the case, why did you change your mind? I'd like to hear your reasoning.
In which case, please give testimony to that effect, witness. My reasoning? Okay. Reasoning, is it?
Oh, so they just they like erased the Phoenix line. I thought I'd never get another chance to see something so big burning. The fuck? Eh? So you decided to go and see what was happening?
That's right. Talking about a massive suspension bridge burning in to high heaven. That's not something you see every day. A real specule. Like, really special?
Can we really trust a witness who is unable to pronounce spectacle?
Life seems to love hitting this poor witness below the belt. Well, my motto is to hit life back as hard as I can. God!
I'll give you a few hits too if you'd like, with my whip. You told me about the burning bridge yesterday, but there's still something that doesn't quite fit. Looks like, despite his change of heart, Larry still isn't telling us the whole truth. So what is it? I went to the shack at around 9. Slung under my bedding when a white flash almost blinded me. 10:30. Lightning 10 to approximately 11. It's not going to be so... I mean, this says it struck Dusky Bridge at 10:45. I mean... try it. I'm not really confident in this one, but we know sometimes. No. Shit. I thought I'd never get another chance to see something so big burning. This is such a weird statement to get added on here. You know what I mean? I think I'd pressed, or I'd probably tried doing it on the second statement first, so I'm just gonna cover all my bases. I looked out the window and Dusky Bridge was on fire. He could definitely see it. Around 30 minutes. I have no idea. Ring light. Photos release. I'm very curious what this thing does. Like, I don't even know what's really revealed in that photo. Very strange. Is it this note? No. Alright, nope, we gotta look it up. But I don't care. I don't care. You're not gonna make me feel bad. Wait, did it? It says... It's saying something different. Why don't you call anyone? I already did this, right? Oh, there was another statement, so it changed. It's one of those changing last statement situations. But I didn't catch that the first time I asked him about the... So when it presents the press him for, or don't press him, and then the two questions, I pressed on that second box and got him to say that. But I didn't, I guess, realize that this was added there. So then I was like, oh, well, I got to hear the answer to the other thing. And then I went back to this, pressed again, and did the second box, and then got a different thing for this for the last thing. And that other one doesn't help. I arrived at the bridge, and Nick showed up less than a minute later is a thing. And then I'm supposed to present the weather report. That's so dumb. I didn't catch that because... I didn't catch that because of the way this game is built. The way this game... I've complained about this before. So I'm just a fucking repeating record or cuckoo clock or whatever the fuck the statement is. But like, this game conditions you to press on everything, and then you learn if you press, and then he's like, oh, should I ask him a couple questions? And then he gives you a couple questions. Like, you would want to ask all the questions you can because something might be revealed. And so I immediately was like, oh, I asked him this question, I didn't get something I needed, so let me go back and ask the other question, and that fucked me over. It fucked me over, dude. This game's systems fucked me over. I don't put that on me. I don't put that on me. Nope. 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 Alright. Your very existence being a contradiction. Gotta get my head back in the game. Head back in the game. Your very existence being a contradiction. Not sure if you can grasp this or not.
What the hey, Hedgie? You make me sound like some sort of alien.
But your testimony is conclusively contradictory. The problem here is time.
I've never been the best timekeeper, you know. 3 minutes after Billy leaves on foot, you follow him on your bicycle. How long does it take for you to catch up with him? Terrible at those.
This is much more simple. You saw the lightning strike Dusky Bridge and immediately went to see what had happened. Is this correct?
Yeah. Well, wasted about 5 minutes first, but more or less.
I have the weather data from the night of the murder here. According to this, lightning fell at 10:45 p.m. You say it takes less than 5 minutes from the shack to Dusky Bridge, meaning you probably got there at around 11 p.m.
All sounds about right, I guess. And then Nick showed up and did his falling act.
That is impossible. What do you mean? 11 p.m. is when the murder occurred at Hazakura Temple. Thus, Wright was still there in the courtyard. There's no way that Larry could have encountered him at the Dusky Bridge at that time.
Excuse me. I have an objection. Objection! I did the thing. You do? Edgy, how many times do I have to say this? I'm not Larry. I'm Larry's doing it. Gah!
It has not been proven that the murder occurred at 11 p.m. The sister only said around 11, in which case could have been earlier than that. Watch your footing there, Miss Francisca von Karma. The slope ahead is slippery. For there is still no way that Wright could have been at Dusky Bridge at 11 p.m. And why not? It is clearly written here in the weather data report. It took around 30 minutes for the bridge to burn out. Therefore, the bridge must have been burning until at least 11:15 p.m.
Which means... what exactly?
Wright did not see the bridge while it was being consumed by the flames that night. In fact, he didn't arrive on the scene until after the flames had died down. Larry, you arrived at the bridge at 11 p.m., but Wright did not make it there until at least 11:15. I suggest you to stop hiding things and just tell us the whole truth. Now then, what happened during these missing 15 minutes?
I feel like I just got brutally woken up by toilet splashback. Guess I was still sleeping after all.
Wait, why did Otto scroll there? I didn't get to see what he said.
Got order. Oh,
God, everything's auto. What? Why does this game do this? He said, ha ha ha, punch me. But then, why is this game just at the, weirdly, at just the weirdest of fucking times, do the auto scroll through the text? Like, I get sometimes makes sense. And then sometimes it's just like, it just goes like, with no warning, it just, oh, next text box. And you're like, wait, what the fuck? Why? Why, game? Why? Stop. Video games? Stop making your visual novel game hard to read. It doesn't make sense. It's contradictory to the whole thing. You're supposed to be able to read it. Using like a text like auto scrolling like that quickly, use it sparingly. It's fine. Give it the effect because you're like, oh, they were interrupted. Great. All that was just fucking nonsense. And this has happened multiple times throughout this game, throughout the series. It's just weird. It's just so weird to me. Why have... It's about that 2-hour mark. It's very clear to me as I've been playing these games. It's about that 2-hour mark where I start getting like chippy and bitter towards the games. Then like the littlest things that the game does like sets me off, where I'm just like, my threshold for bullshit starts like weakening. Couple deep breaths. We're back in. Zen. I am Zen. Zen moments. Von Karma says, so there was a missing 15 minutes prior to meeting Phoenix Wright. I hardly see that as much of a problem.
Yeah, not such a problem at all.
Really? Bridge is burning before your eyes and there's a phone right next to it. Why then did you not report the accident?
Yes, witness, why didn't you? Were you there simply to watch the bridge burn?
And therein lies the problem. For even after the bridge had burnt out, he was still there. Staring into space, this witness didn't even attempt to fulfill his civic duty. That's what it sounds like. Ah, but this is Larry we are talking about. Even he is incapable of being so stupid. Which means there has to be a reason for his inaction.
Edgy. I think it's about time I got serious with you, dude.
Just as I thought, you've been playing with us all this time.
Listen, I'm going to tell you everything. Are you sure you want to hear it all?
Yes.
I may really say it this time. Everything.
Then say it.
Very well. I have a terribly bad feeling about this. However, let's have this witness finally give us the whole truth. Now, for this 15-minute gap, what were you doing, witness?
Okay, the missing 15 minutes.
I'm a doing him. I'm an artist. What do you think I was doing? Sketching? In front of the bridge? I was whipped up into a frenzy of art. The shock and awe that I was feeling transferred it all directly onto the page. Before I realized it, flames had gone out, and then he came running up. Suppose artists can be strange folk. That's right. I'm willing to sacrifice everything in order to draw the perfect sketch.
Including the truth from the sound of it.
Mr. Edgeworth, has this removed the last of your doubts?
Not at all, Your Honor. One very large doubt still remains.
And what would that be?
This is a surprisingly believable story, especially considering the source. So why did he think he needed to hide it from us until now? I intend to drag the reason out of him.
Ha ha ha. You'll regret this, Edgy.
Okay. Let's press. Tell us, Larry.
My name is Laurice. Get it right. Mistakes like that are what keep you from being popular with the ladies like I am. Just who exactly are you? I'm Laurice Duonim, apprentice extraordinaire.
That's what he calls himself in any case.
Then you are an artist? Of course, I'm an artist, the real thing.
Yet again, that's what he calls himself. Names mean nothing. There's only one issue I care to discuss. What were you doing? That is a very big issue indeed. Sketching the burning bridge.
The burning bridge and everything that came with it.
What? Came with it?
You want to hear this from my lips, do you, Edgy? You'll regret this. That sketch of mine is gah!
Enough. Just take that ridiculous sketch of yours out already, witness.
What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean. That does indeed appear to be the fastest solution. Leave it to you, Mr. Edgeworth.
What should I do? Got a terrible feeling that the instant the sketch is revealed, the entire world may be changed by what is depicted there. How could, if it's the game is this taunting me like this, there's no way I couldn't look at it. Larry, I wonder if you could show us your sketch, please.
Well, well, even I couldn't have imagined it'd turn out like this.
Imagined what?
And Larice Duonim's debut would take place here, today, like this. Ouch!
Show it now.
Okay, but steel yourselves. This is the world of Larice Duonim.
What the fuck?
Well, so this is Dusky Bridge, correct? Quite a large bridge, isn't it? Your response, Miss Von Karma?
Yes, well, it's a better drawing than I expected.
Isn't it? Isn't it? I struggled to reproduce those flames. I really did. Yes, I'm sure you did.
It's going to get ugly. No one has the courage to bring it up, it seems. This mysterious flying object. Larry?
What?
The burning bridge is fine. But what is that unfortunate looking figure?
You spotted that? Thought you might.
However much I might want to ignore it, I can't.
It's Iris, of course. Iris. I wish she'd take better care of herself. We have to plan for her future, you know? What would have happened to her if she had just injured herself flying like that?
Larry, please, answer this next question honestly.
Okay.
Are you really claiming to have seen this? Are you claiming to have seen the silhouette of the defendant flying over a bridge that was engulfed in flames?
Yep, that's what I saw. Just fucking flying. That's why I drew it. I'm an artist. A real artist.
Are you?
Hi! Are you high?
It's more like, are
You? Hi! The girl, she's really high up in this picture. Weed. What was that for?
This is all a bad dream. I was hitting you on the cheek to test that theory.
Please whip your own cheek from now on if you wish to test your wild theories. Anyway, no court of law will ever acknowledge that people can fly.
Actually, there's some precedent for this.
She was flying pretty high, my sweet Iris. She was at 30 feet above the bridge, at least. It was really something to see. This has to be some kind of mistake. Mr. Edgeworth, please bring the witness back down to earth.
What? Me?
This witness is your friend, is he not?
Accessory to foolishness, Miles Edgeworth.
Let us get back to the cross-examination. By force, if necessary. Mr. Edgeworth, I expect you to expose the obvious contradiction here.
Yes, Your Honor. Looks like I got another reason to remember this moron.
Well, what do you think of my debut piece? Get that thing away from me!
Larry sketch out of the court record. Horrible sketch of what he saw that night of the crime. Great.
Now, hurry up and cross-examine him.
Her white hood fluttering. I need to see this picture again. Her white hood fluttering. Is that the contradiction part then? Because she didn't have her hood again? Are we bringing back the hood thing? Bum bum bum. Ba-da-ba-bum-bum-bum, ba-da-ba-bum-bum-bum. Larry, what did you really see that night? Not that I particularly care.
In your position, that's just being irresponsible. I drew exactly what I saw. Give you a whole $1, that's the truth.
If that is truly the case, then there's one thing that we can say for certain.
What might that be?
The person who flew over the bridge could not have been the defendant, Iris.
What? Oh, what? What do you mean? I don't understand. Oh,
A foolhardy folly of a foolish statement by an equally foolishly foolhardy fool. How exactly can you make this claim? Tell us, Larry. According to this picture, the individual whom you say you saw was wearing a hood, correct? The individual whom you say you saw was wearing a hood. Okay.
of course she was. That rundown shack is quite a way from the bridge. Hood is what told me that this floating angel was my Iris. The hood is my darling Iris, and Iris is my darling hood.
Seems there are bigger fools in this world than the one at the defense's bench. Larry, there's something you need to be made aware of. On the night of the murder, Iris wasn't wearing a hood. She had given it to Wright as a gift. Are you going to change your story now? Perhaps suggest it was Wright who took flight?
What are you talking about?
I think you understand what I mean just fine.
Why? Why did Nick have Iris's hood?
What?
Edgy, what's going on with Iris and Nick? Why you, Nick? You dog!
Why does Edgeworth get the worst my brain's so tired. The word I'm looking for is witnesses. Why does Edgeworth get the worst witnesses to deal with? It's just like,
I do believe that this unbelievably mysterious sketch is destined to disappear, discredited and discarded, straight into the garbage. Huh.
what is it now, witness?
It feels like I've been waiting 25 years for this very day to come. Edgy, today is the day I get to completely stupefy you.
What?
What is the meaning of your outburst, witness? I hate to have to do this, but I have some definitive evidence.
Definitive evidence?
Iris did indeed come flying over Burning Bridge. It's a flying nun.
Just like the
And I, Larice Dunim, that's my name, shall prove it. I didn't expect to ask this again. We shall be needing your testimony once again. Tell us anything you know concerning the defendant as depicted in the sketch, and show us your evidence that this nightmare was actually a reality. Okay, hope you're ready, Edgy, because I'm gonna feed you a whooping serving of pain.
You've been serving us a whooping, whopping. That's the word I'm looking for. Oh, tired brain. It's affecting whopping, serving a pain this whole time. Trust me. Whooping. It's whooper time. It's Whooper Watch. Remember that fucking thing? Whooper Watch. Okay, proof that Irish flew.
When I reached Dusky Bridge, she was already gone. I was so worried, so I frantically searched all over for her. That led me to me finding a beautiful crystal sphere, half buried in the snow. I'm sure that Iris was simply wearing a spare hood. After all, no one else could have lost a crystal sphere that night.
Okay, that's the fucking artist. Or picture book lady, right?
Crystal sphere? This one. Pretty, isn't it? But finders keepers.
That sphere. Where did you find it?
Let me see. Around here? Somewhere? Looks about right.
And it was half buried in the snow?
Yeah, it pretty much stopped snowing by then.
but there was still some falling as I walked to the bridge.
Court accepts this crystal sphere. It's mine, okay? I want it back afterward. There's something on it. Oh my, it's blued.
What? Blood? Crystal sphere, the court record found half covered in snow near Dusky Bridge the night of the crime has blood on it.
You ready, Edgy? By tomorrow morning, you'll be calling me Master Larry. Yeah, I like the sound of that. No one's gonna push me around anymore.
Didn't you want to be called Larice Duonim only a few minutes ago?
Alright, we got this. Let's go.
It's 5, right? 2, 3, 4, 5. Ba-da, bum, bum. So, you went to the burning bridge?
That's right, to meet Iris. She actually flew to get to me. Least I could do was meet her halfway. But the defendant was not at the bridge when you got there, you say?
I guess you went...
I guess she went back to Hazakura Temple. She's a girl, after all. She must have wanted to look her best.
Must be lovely to live in the fantasy land of Larry's mind. Actually, so depressing that I can't even work up the energy to point.
So, what did you do next?
It's a thin line between old man judge voice and Butts' voice for me. So you searched all over for her?
She was flying pretty high, you know. Thought maybe she slipped on her landing and got hurt. Hey, it's more than possible. Also, when I headed out to the shack the first time, I was snacking on a banana. I was pretty sure... Excuse me. I was pretty sure I threw the peel away somewhere around there, so, you know.
Can one guy really be this stupid? So, did you find any signs of her so-called landing?
I don't really remember. Kept on falling over myself and kind of lost it for a while there. You fell over yourself? Yeah, snow's deep. There's even a banana peel out there.
Yep, there's stupid, and then there's Larry Butts.
Short of it is that you didn't find any signs of her landing, correct? And what happened next?
Hold it! Half buried.
It was sitting in the snow, a little gathered on top of it. It was very hard to spot, actually. I mean, it's dark out, too. I'm impressed. You did well to find it. No matter what you may think when you look at me, I'm a pro. Genius security guard. I used a pen light I borrowed from my company to help in my search. And it sparkled really brightly, as if it was saying, "Here I am," to me.
It does indeed look very much like the crystal sphere on Iris's hood. But need I remind you that she was not wearing a hood that night? No, it's this, right? It's this. It's that. It's that. It's that. It's that. It's that. It's that. I just need to know how to, like, prove it. Like, which statement I need to... Like, I just need to find the fucking statement to actually just be able to show this thing. And then show the bloody sphere. You forgot that this case happened? Each nun is assigned their own hood. And they are assigned only one.
I don't know anything about that, okay? Iris is special, alright, dude? Even if she did steal a spare hood, I'll forgive her.
This is getting us nowhere. Our destination for the day, it seems.
However, this crystal sphere was found near the bridge. That is a fact. If it didn't come from a hood, where could it have come from?
That is the question I aim to answer. Oh yeah, Edgeworth having to play defense attorney. It's nice. I kind of like it. I like the change up. Give us a little change of pace, you know? I'll accept it. I accept it. Last thing to press. Let me confirm this one last time, Larry. The reasons you thought that this was Iris are the hood and this crystal sphere, correct? Yeah. I mean, if you only played way back in the like the DS version days, then yeah, I would be the same way. Like, I would not remember these. Now, if you actually enjoyed the games, unlike me, dude, these games at a lot of points have been a slog for me. I'm gonna be completely honest. I enjoy some of the scenarios. I definitely enjoy a lot of the characters. I find the actual act. I have found the actual act of playing this game to be mildly to somewhat frustrating a lot of times. Crystal Sphere, correct. Okay,
That's right. My gut is never wrong. I met that old bikini the next morning, and her crystal sphere was still there, safe and sound. Indeed. She was wearing it in this very room earlier today.
this case isn't going to end without a fight. Exposing the obvious contradictions in his testimony will be easy, but I fear that all that awaits us are further mysteries. I have to assume the answer is going to be this. I assume it's going to be this statement as well. Just go ahead and do the save scum. It's totally fine. Don't worry about it. And picture. Perfect. Larry, that night, there was someone who lost a crystal sphere.
There was? Who? Who was the stupid idiot?
Miss Elise Dunim, the mentor to a stupid idiot.
The victim?
I have a photo of her here. That my question of when will this photo ever be of use has finally found a reason to exist. And on the end of her staff, you can see a familiar looking crystal sphere. Her wizard staff.
Hey, that's my photograph. Give it back. Ouch.
A crystal sphere like that is quite easy to find. I have one just like it on my brooch. They look nothing alike. In any case, please take a look at this. This is the victim's staff, found at the scene of the crime.
A crystal sphere. It's gone. What? Oh, just what does this mean?
If anyone jumped or flew across the bridge that night, it certainly was not Iris. After all, she was not wearing her hood. And she wasn't a flame monster. She looks, whatever that being is above the flaming bridge, it looks like a flame elemental. Take any kind of like, any fucking anything that has like a flame elemental. Like in my head, I'm thinking of just like the Skyrim, like flame elementals that they have. It's just like this like person just covered in fire, just flying over the bridge. So good. Just wow. She was not wearing a hood. More importantly, crystal sphere found at the landing site was not hers either.
That means the one who flew and dropped the sphere was the victim, Miss Elise Duonim.
A fool alongside another fool on a fool's errand to reach a foolish conclusion. First of all, this sketch, which I prefer to call a scribble, is ridiculous. People cannot fly, thus it is rejected.
You can't do that. I saw it. Oh, geez.
And this crystal sphere, this is nothing more than a red herring. You honestly believe that? Give it some thought, and I'm sure you'll realize it as well, Miles Edgeworth. Elise Duonim was in her room on the night of the murder. There was no reason for her to go to Dusky Bridge. Therefore, the sphere cannot be related to this case. That is all. Miss Francisca von Karma. The only people who will accept that explanation are scatterbrains and clowns.
Why are you pointing at me?
Victim's crystal sphere was found near the bridge on the night of her murder. Yet you expect us to believe this has nothing to do with the case? crystal sphere. It was probably thrown away at the bridge after the murder.
After the murder?
There was blood on the crystal sphere, isn't there? This naturally suggests that it was thrown away after the murder took place. The killer placed it there to throw the investigation off the scent, which is the exact same reason that he drew that ridiculous sketch.
What? You mean I'm the killer? No way!
All joking aside, just when did this crystal sphere appear near the foot of the bridge? Unless this can be proven in some way, I refuse to believe this is related to the case. She makes a valid point. There is no evidence that at least Du and him left Hazakura Temple that night. However, somehow this crystal sphere can be proven to have been dropped before the victim was killed. And this case is going to transform into something else entirely. Wouldn't it just be the snow thing again? Again, the timing with the snow and snowfall and when it stopped snowing. Maybe? Because he said it was covered in snow, right? I don't know. So if it was covered in snow, then it would have fallen before the whole tracks were left by the thing, before the killing, yada yada. Right? Right?
Your response, Mr. Edgeworth. I want your final opinion on the disposition of this crystal sphere. If it is not related to this case, then this witness who you called will have been nothing more than a monumental waste of time. Why not go save?
Prepare yourself for some very appropriate punishment, Miss Miles Edgeworth. Can I prove it? Can I prove that the crystal sphere was dropped before the murder took place? Sure. Can I prove it? That isn't the issue. To simply prove it, that's the only option. That's what you do. That's the way Phoenix Wright would do this. Your Honor, allow me to prove something to you. I will prove that this crystal sphere is a vital link to solving this case.
You'll do what?
That look in your eyes. You remind me of Phoenix Wright when he is cornered. That should come as no surprise. Because right now I am Phoenix Wright, and I am indeed cornered. How nice of him to acknowledge that.
I order you to present your evidence, Mr. Edgeworth.
What? This picture? Evidence that proves that the crystal sphere was indeed dropped before the murder. Oh. Okay. So again, I think it would have to be weather related. Because evidence that proves the crystal sphere was indeed dropped before the murder. What is that? Why is... Why are we flashed this picture? That's strange to me. I don't know what I would show necessarily. Dropped before the murder? Do I present the staff just because it's missing the thing? I don't know. Oh, this is, and I can't save now? I mean, it's gonna be either this or the weather data, or weirdly enough the tracks photo to bring back up the tracks thing. You know what I mean? Well, we already kind of showed it was indeed dropped before the murder. Because the staff was at the murder scene, right? Without the thing in it. So it was moved. I don't know. I could see the game doing either way, right? I could see the game going, it's this because this staff without the crystal was at the crime scene, like she had dropped it or whatever the case. I could also see the game being like, we want this because it was snowing and Butt said that it was snowing and it was like covered with snow. And we know that at some time prior to the murder that the snow had to stop, or else she would be covered in snow and everything, and then the tracks again with the snowmobile thing. I don't know if if I want to go that route, the second route. Do I show the weather data, or do I show this picture that this tracks photo? I'm gonna try this.
Your response, Miss Von Karma?
Birds of a feather flock together. Are you familiar with this phrase? Miles Edgeworth? I think one such bird is calling for its fellow now.
Go, go, Edgy, do it, prove it, win, win, win.
He's cheering. It's as though I'm listening to the ominous calls of ravens. All right. Time of the murder and when the crystal sphere was dropped. Okay, already fucked up. Already fucked up. Okay, so it's not the tracks photo. God damn it. Oh, shit. Oh my god, I'm losing all this health now all of a sudden. Oh, fuck. Oh, we can't do it like this. Not like this. Alright, I'll just go like this. Yes, I can. Stupid game. Stupid game. Stupid game. Stupid systems. Stupid game. Okay. Don't worry, I just had a mild freak out right there. It's all good. Is it gonna be a profile? It wouldn't be a profile. That doesn't make sense, right? Crystal sphere was indeed dropped before the murder. Okay, and now we've tried this, and we've tried this, and we've tried the tracks. So what? That was half covered in snow? I didn't think maybe, but this does literally say found half covered in snow. Damn it. God, it's too fucking obvious. I didn't think the ball would. I forgot that it said. I forgot, dude, that it said covered in snow. I had the right idea. I had the idea. I was picking things that would prove that it was covered in snow, not the actual ball that just says it was covered in snow. Man. Just. Fuck. It's all good. It's all good, man. Just a couple of breaths. It was a very shallow, short breath. Clearly, my cheese are off. My cheese are off, and my what's the word I'm looking for? I don't even know. I can't. It's too late. I can't think. No thinking. Head empty. All right. This crystal sphere. It was half buried in the snow, correct?
That's right. If I hadn't stopped snowing, then it would have been game over. Snow would have totally covered it.
That's all I need to hear from you, Larry. Your testimony makes one thing quite clear.
What?
When the crystal sphere was dropped, it was snowing, even if it was ever so slightly. Snowing? On the other hand, excuse me, let us look at the scene of the murder. As proven earlier today, there is no snow on the victim's body. Therefore, crystal sphere must have been dropped before the murder.
What?
What? Voices blending. Thoughts struggling to come out. Words struggling to come out. Logic thrown out the window.
Order! Order! Order!
On the night of the murder, the victim did indeed go to Dusky Bridge. And there, something occurred that caused the staff's crystal sphere to come loose.
What? What could that have been?
This sphere There's some blood on it, isn't there? Allow me to raise a certain possibility at this junction. The real crime scene was near the foot of Dusky Bridge. The murder didn't take place in the Hazakura Temple courtyard? Only a fool would suggest such a foolish piece of absolute foolishness. Just who is the fool? And which part is so foolish, Miss Von Karma? Have you been paying any attention this whole time, Miles Edgeworth? The sister saw everything. She saw the victim being killed by the defendant in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. That's not exactly true, now is it? Put it more precisely, what she saw was the murder weapon being removed from the victim's body. That's the same thing! No, it isn't. You said it yourself. Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of a blade's insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from a body, that would be when the blade is removed. If that statement is the truth, then Dusky Bridge could very easily be the scene of the murder. The murder weapon was not removed, thus, there was no bleeding. You are forgetting one vital thing, Miles Edgeworth. Elise Duanim's body was found in Hazakura Temple. On foot, it takes 15 minutes to travel from Dusky Bridge to Hazakura Temple. You mean to suggest someone carried the body all that way? I've made it this far. The only place to take this is to the end. Just need to prove that my version of the events is also perfectly plausible.
Now, if the defense is ready, court would like to have an explanation. Please show us the method by which the victim's body was carried to Hazakura Temple.
Let me take a look at the map again. Check. To Hazakura Temple, then it would be the snowmobile. That was what the snowmobile was used for. Must be. On that snowy night, there's one way that a body could have been moved. The snowmobile.
Ah!
As we know, the snowmobile was used that night. It was explained as having been used to dispose of the murder weapon, but it could also have been used to carry a body.
Order! Order, oh God!
This is completely unacceptable, Miles Edgeworth. You've dug yourself into your own grave. What do you mean? The only one who could have used the snowmobile was the defendant. She's the one who moved the body. Doesn't that put the final nail in your coffin? You're too late, Franziska von Karma. And in fact, the defense has proven something else entirely. We have shown that this case requires further investigation.
What?
Where was the victim, Elise Duanim, really killed? If her body was moved, whatever for? And finally, just what does this image mean? Do you even need to think about that? Such a creature could never see the truth, let alone describe it. This witness certainly sits on one of the lowest possible branches of humanity. However, he would never utter a lie that could hurt a girl with whom he is enamored. He drew this, so it is something that actually happened. The defense stands firm on this point.
Edgy, thank you. That settles it then. Cannot give a verdict under these circumstances.
She's turning into a bear. Right. I seem to have fulfilled my part in this. It is just as I thought. Franziska von Karma, you make a wonderful partner. Excuse me? There was one reason, and one alone, for me being here. To expose the darkness lurking in this case, and then pass it on to Wright.
Really? That's what this was all about? You could have just told me that from the very beginning. Then I wouldn't have had frenzy whipping. Oh, today, ouch!
Miles Edgeworth, I don't care about what you were here to do. This was my chance to finally grind you under my heel. A shame that your chance seems to have slipped you by. God, they need to get a room.
What a shame for...
This is all your fault. Such a terrible witness. You are an affront to all the legal systems. Alright, auto-scrolling, can't finish the thing. Ouch, ouch. Oh my god, I demand... Dude, I might as well not even read. Fucking just whatever. You read. I'm so pissed. I'm so unreasonably pissed at this game and what it does. I just want to read it. I just want to read the game. Let me read. I was like faking like shaking my desk, but like I wasn't actually doing it, because if I do it, it's just gonna probably make just a terrible noise on the mic. And also, like, I'm not the type of person that gets mad and actually like physically does anything. Like, I don't like break controllers or like throw things or anything. So like, even like I couldn't even like actually like I was just faking like I was mad and like shaking the desk.
I cannot believe that the witness's testimony relates to an actual event.
Imagine me getting mad, like actually mad at a video game. Couldn't be me.
However, there has to be some sort of answer for the questions it raises. Have his words here today been the truth or lies? Next time we gather in this courtroom, those are the matters that shall be addressed. I'm counting on thorough investigations by both the defense and the prosecution.
And with this, the rest is up to you, Wright.
Court is now adjourned.
Now he's gonna baton pass to fucking Phoenix. Oh, to be continued. Alright, so I imagine we're gonna have to do more another investigation phase, and then probably, obviously, another trial. I assume that's kind of like how this game does these things, right? We do investigation, we do, except for like the last episode, which is just a weird one, right? We do investigation, we do trial. We go back to investigation, we go back to trial, probably. If I had to guess, like I said, I want to do this. Tonight was the third from last. So I want to finish this game in 2 more streams. So I assume I'm going to have to do an investigation stream, and then, assuming all is well, I might have to do some research. I might have to, if I can find research without spoiling myself. I assume it's going to be investigation phase and a trial phase. If that's the case, then that's 2 more streams. 1 for the investigations, 1 for the finale trial, right? And then, on top of that, I would like that finale stream and trial to be Saturday. Saturday night. That's what I'm aiming for. And then we'll just go late into Saturday night if we have to finish this game, this series, and this apparent bane of my existence in video game form. So, sometime in between now and Saturday to the finale, I have to do the investigation part. So, I don't want to do it Friday night either. Because I wouldn't want to do Friday night, Saturday night with this game. So, I think either probably most likely Tuesday or Wednesday night, we do the investigation. Most likely Wednesday at this point, if I'm going to be 100% honest. Most likely Wednesday, maybe Tuesday. We do the investigation stream. We then come back Saturday night, we finish this fucking game with the trial. And we'll go late into the night if we have to finish the trial. I'll do some research to make sure that that's viable, but that's most likely what this week is looking like. So then that means Monday, Tuesday, Friday, we'll most likely be hitting up, trying to wrap up Crash 3, pretty much wrapping up Nier Replicant, because that game is also getting close to finishing. This probably is going to aim to be a week of finales of basically all those games. Because, like I said, Replicant is the final few endings to that game are going to go by quick as far as I understand. So, and Crash 3 Warped, that's just going to just take a little time to kind of, relics and such. So, yeah, that's basically what this week is looking like. It's going to be a week of finishing games, which then in theory means next week into September, basically, new games. That's what I'm thinking. Thinking that's how it's going to be. So, we'll end the stream there. Like I said, we went 2 hours, 45 minutes, and about the 2-hour mark is when I started getting it. The frustration seal was broken, clearly. like I said, I'm enjoying streaming this game a lot more than I'm actually enjoying playing this game, if that makes sense. That's the mark I do. And like I said, like I said earlier, I like the scenarios. I kind of like the scenarios, especially these last 2 episodes have been interesting. I'm intrigued. I kind of like a lot of the characters, except for the shitty ones. I just think the actual act of playing this game is sometimes needlessly frustrating. Always good to end end these streams on me just shit talking this game. I'm so sorry. It's like this. All right, I gotta go to bed. I gotta start wrapping up the night. Long week ahead for me, I assume, work wise and everything. So, yippee. And I will see you back for this game most likely Wednesday night and Saturday night. But for streams, back tomorrow night with most likely Crash or Nier. So, until then, bye.